Hello there, Professor Warsi here. If you are taking a writing course in English, either in high school or in college, you may well be aware of what a thesis statement is, because that's what your professor will ask you to write in the introduction of an academic essay. Why is it important to have a thesis statement? Because good writing has a narrow focus, okay? A neat organization and clear ideas. And the thesis statement does all of that. It tells the reader very clearly what the central idea of the essay is. So today, our lesson objectives are to know what a thesis statement is and what a topic sentence is. We will also learn to distinguish between the two, identify the topic and controlling idea in a topic sentence. We will also practice writing narrow, focused thesis statements. We will also write topic sentences that support a thesis. And we will also do an exercise evaluating and revising weak statements. And I'll give you a final quiz to wrap up the lesson and leave you with some reflection questions. So let's begin. What is a thesis statement? A thesis statement is the main idea of your essay. It tells the reader what the central argument of the essay is, and it usually appears at the end of the introduction paragraph. So in the introduction ends with a thesis statement that tells the reader what the main idea of the essay is. Now it's important for you to know that a thesis statement is very specific. It's not a general statement. It's not vague. It's very focused. It's not too broad. It's narrow. And it's arguable that the writer, takes a stance, takes a position, okay, on a debatable issue or a controversial issue. So it's not just a fact. For example, a thesis statement cannot be that water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. That's a fact. There's nothing to argue about, okay? And that the thesis statement is clear. Okay, so before we learn how to write a narrow thesis statement, let's look at what a thesis statement is not. A thesis statement cannot be a question, right? Should schools ban cell phones? And the reader says, you're the writer. Why are you asking me a question? You tell me. I'm reading your essay. You tell me. So what is a strong thesis statement about the same topic? Schools should ban cell phones because they distract students from learning. And notice the word should. Okay, it's an imperative. So a thesis statement cannot be a question. 2, a thesis statement cannot be a fact, just a mere fact that cannot be argued or cannot be questioned. Many children use cell phones. But we already know that, don't we? That's a really weak thesis statement because the reader says, yes, I know that children use cell phones. But what is your argument? What is your idea? And the idea is that excessive cell phone use negatively affects children's attention spans. And then the writer will give evidence, supporting details to support the main idea. Also, my students make this mistake all the time. They write a thesis that is a list of main points. Okay? So a thesis should not present the main points to be discussed in the body paragraphs in the thesis statement. Okay? So let's look at a weak example. Cell phones cause distraction, 1 point. Reduce productivity, point 2. And encourage multitasking, point 3. So the writer has already given away the main points to the reader. How do we turn that into a strong thesis statement? Cell phones reduce students' classroom productivity. Now the reader says, tell me how. And that's when the writer says, okay, the first one is it distracts them from learning. It reduces their productivity because they're busy, using their cell phone. And it also encourages them to multitask, which means losing focus and doing 5 things at the same time. Correct? Okay, so let's look at some strong thesis statements. You've already looked at 3 strong thesis statements. Example 1, Social media harms teenagers' mental health by increasing anxiety, disrupting sleep patterns, and lowering self-esteem. Example 2. Daily exercise improves overall health by strengthening the heart, reducing stress and increasing energy levels. Example 3. Community colleges should offer more flexible online classes to support working adult students. Okay? Now, it's also important for you to learn what a topic sentence is. So let's say you have written the introductory paragraph of your academic essay, and now you have to write 3 body paragraphs. And in each paragraph, you will begin with a topic sentence, okay, to support your thesis statement. So topic sentence is usually the first sentence of a body paragraph. And what does it do? It does 2 things. The topic sentence introduces the topic of the paragraph, and that is why it's called a topic sentence. And it has a controlling idea, which means it tells the reader what the writer wants to say about the topic. Okay? Let's look at some examples. One major way social media increases teen anxiety is by encouraging constant comparison with others. I've highlighted the controlling idea for you. Can you tell what the topic is? Well, you guessed it right. It's social media. So in this paragraph, the writer will discuss how social media increases teen anxiety. Okay. Example 2. Regular cardio exercise strengthens the heart and improves circulation. Okay, what is the topic? Cardio exercise, right? Cardiovascular exercise, cardio, it's called. And the controlling idea is that it strengthens the heart and improves circulation, blood circulation, in other words. Okay, so we have looked at 2 good topic sentences. Now, let's look at a thesis, which is very specific, very narrow, and it is supported by 3 topic sentences. This is a model essay for you. So let's begin with the thesis. Online learning gives adult students greater educational access by offering flexibility, reducing costs, and allowing self-paced study. How do we support this? The writer supports the thesis statement by writing 3 body paragraphs, and in each paragraph, she writes a topic sentence. Online learning provides flexibility for students who must balance school with work and family responsibilities. So these adult students take courses at a college, and then they also work full-time to support their family. Okay, so that is the first body paragraph. It supports the thesis. Topic sentence 2. Because online classes eliminate commuting and campus fees, they significantly reduce the overall cost of education. The third body paragraph begins with a topic sentence, and it is self-paced online courses help independent learners progress at a speed that fits their abilities. So there's a clear alignment between the thesis statement, which is written in the introduction, and the body paragraphs, right, which discuss the topic of the essay to support the thesis statement. All right, so I think by now the concept of a thesis statement is clear to you. Now we need to practice and do some exercise. I need you to read the 4 sentences and decide if it's a thesis, write T for a thesis, or a topic sentence, write TS. So at this point, I would like you to stop the video, pause here, and then complete the exercise. Okay? All right. 1 is a thesis. Learning a second language is important for career growth in today's global economy. 2 is a topic sentence. 3 is a thesis. And 4 is a topic sentence. Did you get all of the answers correct? Okay, I think you did. All right, and if you didn't, then please feel free to write your questions in comments. Okay, let's do one more. There are 3 sentences. They're all topic sentences. What I need you to do is identify the topic and controlling idea in each topic sentence. Pause the video again, do this exercise, 3 topic sentences, and your job is to identify the topic, okay, of the paragraph and the controlling idea, which is to be discussed in the paragraph. All right, let's do this exercise now. Okay, so fast food is the topic, right, in the first sentence. And what's the controlling idea? That it contributes to weight gain. The more fast food a person eats, the more weight they put on. Okay? Number 2 and number 3, I've shown you the topics and the controlling ideas. All right. So far, so good? Okay. Now, remember, as with anything in life, practice makes perfect. So now that you have learned the concept of what a thesis statement is and how to write a strong thesis statement and how not to write a weak thesis statement, there are 3 weak theses, but they are very broad, very general, right? They lack clarity and they're not focused. Pollution is bad. Do you think that's a good thesis statement? That's like saying smoking is bad. Well, most educated people know that smoking causes lung cancer. So that's not enough. It's not narrow to just say pollution is bad. College students have problems. Now, you could write hundreds of paragraphs about the problem they have. So this is not narrow again. The internet has advantages and disadvantages. Not clear, because the reader wants to know what are they? Tell me. Complete this exercise. Okay? Write strong thesis statements. Pollution is bad. So the topic is pollution. Can you write a thesis statement that has a very clear controlling idea? Okay, complete the exercise and I'll show you the answers. Okay, so these are some possible strong versions of the thesis. Pollution is bad. That's a very poor thesis statement. A much stronger thesis statement is air pollution from factories and vehicles harms public health by increasing asthma rates and cardiovascular problems. Now, in this paragraph, that is precisely what the writer will discuss. Let's look at another example. College students have problems. It's really vague, right? Now let's look at a stronger thesis statement. College students often struggle with time management due to academic pressure, part-time jobs, and personal responsibilities. Right? College students are people too. They have to support themselves. So they either work part-time, some college students, especially adults, they work full-time and go to college to study. Okay, number C, the internet improves communication efficiency, but also increases the risks of distraction and misinformation. Okay, so far so good. Let's move on. Now in this exercise, I need you to match each thesis to its topic sentence. So there are 2 thesis statements, 1 and 2, and there are 2 topic sentences. You have to match them up, okay? Pause the video, complete the exercise, and we will move on. Okay, 1 is B. School uniforms improve classroom behavior and reduce social pressure. So that's the thesis. And the topic sentence, uniforms reduce social pressure because students no longer compete over clothing brands. So that topic sentence supports the thesis statement. And 2 is A. The answer is A. Remote work benefits companies by lowering operating costs. And topic sentence A supports it, right? One financial benefit of remote work for companies is the reduced need for office space. Great. Now, I need you to distinguish between thesis and list of ideas. So decide which ones are thesis statements and which are lists disguised as a thesis statement. So there are 4 thesis statements. I need you to identify which ones are thesis statements and which ones are just lists. I'd like you to pause the video now, complete the exercise. and we will look at the answers together. Okay, so 1 is a thesis. It's a clear thesis. Studying abroad improves cultural understanding. Very narrow. Number 2 is a list. Number 3 is a thesis. Daily exercise reduces anxiety. And number 4 is just a list. Muscle burns calories, improves health. Okay? How are you doing? So far, so good? Great. Let's keep on moving. Now, this is a writing exercise for you because you have learned, I think, what a good thesis statement is. And you have also learned what good topic sentences are that support the main idea of the essay. So I've given you the topic. Choose either technology, education, or health, depends on what you are interested in, and write a thesis statement and write 3 topic sentences that support your thesis. Okay, be consistent, be very specific, right? Because the thesis statement has to be narrow. And the topic sentences, make sure that you have a clear controlling idea that limits the focus of the body paragraph. Okay, one more exercise. I would like to know how you're doing, so write your thesis statements followed by the topic sentences in comments, okay? And I'll give you feedback. I'll read your thesis statements and I say, okay, this is very narrow, or I'll say this needs to be rewritten and revised. Okay, create supporting topic sentences. So I've given you a thesis statement, which is narrow. Social media has damaged the quality of interpersonal communication because especially the younger generation, people who are young, they use social media so much that it has affected their communication skills, interpersonal communication skills. Okay, I need you to write 3 topic sentences that support this thesis. Okay, do not list reasons in the thesis. Write 3 topic sentences that have one main point in each, and make sure that each topic sentence introduces the topic of the paragraph and also has a controlling idea. Okay, so let's get to work. Okay, pause the video, write either 3 sentences, 3 topic sentences, that is, right? Or focus on the controlling idea first. What is it that you want to say? Because you already know the topic is social media. All right, so write 3 topic sentences, including controlling ideas. Okay, great. So let's get to the end of this. Now we have gotten this far. We are almost, at the end of the lesson. Let me give you some tips. Okay, what's the good, strong thesis statement? It makes one clear argument. Right? The writer takes a very clear position on an issue that is debatable, that have 2 sides. So do not phrase it as a question. We learn, remember, that a thesis statement cannot be a question. It cannot be just an obvious fact. Do not list all the main points in the thesis because the main points are to be discussed in the body paragraph. Keep your scope narrow. The focus has to be very narrow. And make sure that you place the thesis statement at the end of the introduction. That's usually the last sentence, okay, before you begin the body paragraphs. So those are the tips. Okay. Begin each body paragraph with the writing topic sentences. So we just learned how to write a good, narrow thesis statement. Now, how do we write strong topic sentences? You have already done quite a few exercises, right? Begin each body paragraph with a strong topic sentence. What do you write in the topic sentence? You write a controlling idea that connects directly to the thesis, and it includes both topic and controlling idea. Make the topic sentences arguable. Don't just write just a simple fact. Avoid making overgeneralizations, right? And keep the topic sentences clear and focused. Very good. Okay, so what did we learn from the lesson? let's summarize. Here are the main points, the key takeaways. A strong thesis statement expresses a clear, arguable, central idea. A thesis is not a question we learn. It's not a fact, right? Like saying Albany is the capital of New York State. Everybody knows. I mean, people who live in New York for sure know. And people who do not live in New York also know. If they have visited the state, oh, what's the state capital? Albany. Topic sentences provide supporting reasons for the thesis. Okay? Strong, each topic sentence, you also know this, must contain a topic of the body paragraph and a controlling idea. Strong writing flows logically from thesis to topic sentences, which is followed by supporting details. Now, if you want to learn how to write supporting details, they have a different lesson, okay? So go to the playlists, find the academic writing folder, and take the lesson on supporting detail. Okay, very good. Now, let's do one final quiz because I want to test your understanding, test your knowledge of what a thesis statement is. So there are 3 questions for you. There are 2 choices, and I'm asking you to pick one. That is the correct answer. Which sentence below is a thesis, A or B? Okay. Identify the topic and controlling idea in 2. And number 3, which topic sentence best supports the thesis? Electric cars help reduce pollution in major cities. Okay, pause the video, complete the exercise, and then I will show you the answers. All right? Okay, great. How did you do? This is the final quiz, and then the lesson will be over after this. Okay, ready for the answers? 1 is B, right? Cardio exercise strengthens the heart. It's too general because you just get a sense of, okay, strengthens the heart. Number 2, identify the topic and control idea. Organic foods is the topic, right? And what's the controlling idea? That organic foods keep people healthier because they contain fewer pesticides. There are no chemicals or pesticides used. And for number 3, electric cars reduce emissions that contribute to smog in crowded cities. That's the correct answer. All right. So I hope you did well. Okay. I'd be very, very curious to know, your experience or any feedback you may have. But in the previous lessons, this is where I usually conclude or end the lesson. But this time, I'm asking you to reflect, okay, on your learning. Reflect on the following questions and write the answers in the comments. I look forward to reading your comments and give you some feedback, okay? There are 5 questions I'm asking you. These questions are reflective questions. For example, what part of writing a thesis is most difficult for you and why? Okay? Because you already practiced writing some topic sentences. What did it feel like? Was it hard for you to do? Was it difficult? Was it manageable? Did you do okay? Did you find writing a thesis statement difficult? All right? And I need you to think about your own writing process. It's called metacognition, meaning thinking about thinking. Most people do not do it, but when you sit down, you start writing, think about how you're thinking about writing. And I say, all right, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Any questions, feel free to write them in comments. Bye-bye.